This training is for online business owners that are bleeding out potential profits because they struggle to consistently show up and produce quality work that actually scales their business. In fact, I'm willing to bet that you find it difficult to stay focused, energized, and motivated for more than 4 hours in your business, which has left you at that low six-figure level. If that's you, I'm willing to bet that you've been there for at least 3 months, and probably a lot longer than that. And it infuriates you because you see other entrepreneurs in your niche who aren't as skilled or as knowledgeable as you, who are crushing it and easily scaling their business. And it practically forces you to think, what's wrong with me? Why can't I just do the things I know I need to do? Well, nothing is wrong with you. You just fallen victim to a trap that most six-figure entrepreneurs fall victim to. And it makes scaling to 7 figures almost impossible. You see, you're in this vicious cycle where you find it hard to work when things are good in your business, and you only stay committed to your business when things are bad, resulting in you being in this revenue roller coaster where it goes up and down, up and down. And this happens because you battle overwhelming internal blocks, mental barriers, or justifications from the monkey part of your brain. For example, after a few days of super high productivity, you tell yourself, oh, I've been doing a fantastic job. I deserve 1 day off. But that 1 day turns into another and another until you find your revenue plummeting yet again, and you asking yourself, do I really have what it takes to run a 7-figure business? And the answer is, you do. You see, if you have an offer and a business that can get you to 6 figures, well, you have something that can get you to 7 figures. You just gotta do more of it, like building out a team, instilling systems, processes, or handling fulfillment. And in most cases, an inconsistent 4 hours of low productivity just isn't enough to get you there. And the fact that you're at low 6 figures is proof of that. But let me ask you a question. How much easier and quicker could you scale your business if you effortlessly took action? Because you wanted to be there and you couldn't stop being there. Almost like you're a machine that simply executes. Now, unfortunately, things like a fear mindset, a lack of clarity, or a lack of passion will create these internal battles that prevent you from showing up the way you need to show up. And it kills your scalability, keeping you stuck in the 6-figure revenue roller coaster. And if you're like most entrepreneurs, you've been relying on your discipline, motivation, or willpower. And for most entrepreneurs, it actually does work, but only in the short term. And that is exactly the problem. The short-term fix creates the plateau in the revenue of roller coaster. Look, anyone can have more willpower, motivation, or discipline for a day, a week, or even a month, but eventually that fades. And then what now? The trick is to have them automated. And you may not know this, but most of your actions, your behaviors, and your emotions, they're already automated too. So what if you could automate your willpower, motivation, and discipline? You know what, think of it like this. When you wake up in the morning, do you think about which actions you're going to take, or do you simply do them? When someone says something that offends you, do you sit there and think, you know what, I'm gonna get upset and angry at this person? Or do you just automatically do that? You know, if someone comes up and pushes you, do you think about what you're gonna do to them? Or do you automatically respond with a certain behavior? Obviously, it's automatic, right? And the more that you examine your emotions and behaviors, and really everything that you do in your life, you're gonna quickly realize that they're automatic. And when it's automatic, it lasts for the long term. And that's actually where the problem stems from. Most entrepreneurs are using short-term solutions to induce motivation, discipline, and willpower, not long-terms. You see, the key is using a long-term strategy that makes them all automated. And most people that are stuck in the 6-figure revenue roller coaster, they don't know how to do this. And this probably includes you. But when you tap into this hidden power, everything changes, and it does it very quickly and effortlessly. Take Tom, for example. He used to struggle to show up and consistently work in his business. He had all these internal battles, motivation that would go up and down, and ultimately, he'd have like 1K days and 2K days every now and then. But once he tapped into this hidden power, well, guess what? He was effortlessly taking action with passion and excitement, and that resulted in him having 6K days in his business. But don't take my word for it, hear what Tom has to say.
I'm literally excited to wake up and do the things I need to do. And that's a new feeling, bro.
Now, I'm about to hand you the same exact system that Tom used and that you can use too to instill never-ending willpower, motivation, and discipline into your brain, so you effortlessly take action and escape the 6-figure revenue roller coaster in as little as 7 days. The best part though, you'll do this without falling back into your old procrastination patterns again, without those nagging internal battles that make taking action so difficult and hard. And how we do this is through motivation mind linking. Now in a moment, I'm going to tell you exactly how it works. But before we do that, I want to tell you how this power saved my life. You see, 5 years ago, I was stabbed in the throat, arm, and chest while at a movie theater. I woke up 7 days later from an induced coma, and I was living off tubes. If you unplugged them, you unplugged my life. And not only that, but my legs were disabled. I had nerve damage in my tongue that prevented me from being able to speak. But worst of all, I was filled with self-doubt and negative thoughts. I was left asking myself, can I still run a successful business? Or is this state of mediocrity going to become my normal state of life? That's when I put a game plan together to do my speech therapy, my physical therapy, and everything else that I needed to do to get my life back on track. But when it came time to take action, I would always have this nagging internal battle, this dark force telling me, oh, you can just go play video games, you've been through a lot. It would rationalize me not taking action. It was beyond frustrating because I desperately wanted to change myself and my life. But I would always be overwhelmed with this dark force because I desperately wanted to change myself and my life, but could never get there. And I remember one time I went to go try and run, but instead I just collapsed to the floor because my legs wouldn't support me. And I sat there crying on the sidewalk because I felt so weak and powerless. That's when I knew something just had to change. I can't keep living like this. So I started going to therapy, went to motivational seminars, and tried all these online programs. But nothing worked. Nothing got me to take action. I was always met with resistance, internal blocks, mental barriers that prevented me from being productive. So I decided in this moment to take matters into my own hands. I spent over 2 years and over $20,000 learning from the leading experts on brain science, listened to hundreds, if not thousands of hours of podcasts diving deep into how the brain works. And what I discovered was far more powerful than I ever imagined. You see, I applied it to my life and it was like a flip switch in my brain. I effortlessly began doing my physical therapy exercises, my speech therapy exercises, eating healthy and doing everything else I needed to do. And the best part, it was without any internal battles, without any friction or any difficulty. It was just easy and effortless because I wanted to do it. I had a burning desire. It was like a passion lit up inside of me like a Christmas tree. And within 1 year, I overcame that nerve damage, could speak again, and I ran a 4:59 mile. And look, fast forward 6 more years, and here I am in this exact moment, running a business around my passion to help entrepreneurs like you effortlessly take action and turn their business into a money-making machine. Now, it all starts with understanding how your brain works. So basically, you have 2 parts of your brain. You have the left or conscious part, and then you have the right or subconscious part. Now, most entrepreneurs, and this probably includes you, and I know it used to include me, they think they make their decisions with their conscious mind. You know, you probably think things like, oh, tomorrow I'm gonna put in more work, I'm gonna create more content, I'm gonna work on my program, my video sales letter, send more messages, or whatever it is. But then the next day rolls around, you grab your coffee, and you don't have any motivation. It feels like there's this force beyond your control that's causing you to put it off, to procrastinate, to do something else. It's almost like you don't have control of your own hands. This, ladies and gentlemen, is your subconscious mind. You see, your subconscious mind makes thousands, tens of thousands of decisions each and every day without you being aware of it and without you thinking of them. And that's why it feels like someone else is controlling your actions. Even when you think, I want to do this, and you still don't do it. And that dark entity is your subconscious mind holding you back. But it's hard to fix what you can't see and what you can't think. Now, if you looked at therapy, intense psychotherapy, or any high-performance expert in the world, the power that they all use, that they all harness, is the subconscious mind. So if you can link your subconscious to your conscious mind, then when you tell yourself, tomorrow I'm gonna get up and build this business, you actually do it. And you do it effortlessly, easily, without these internal battles. You'll do it feeling good about yourself. You'll be motivated. You see, most people, they have a misconception about motivation. They think it's about waking up in the morning and just throwing your fist up in there and saying, I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z because I'm motivated right now. But the reality is, motivation is directly correlated to how aligned your subconscious and conscious mind are. Now below this video, I'm going to show you a few other clients of mine who have helped link their two minds together to produce endless motivation. And look, the results, they speak for themselves. But for each of these people, I had to do a mind link assessment. And I can do that same assessment for you. So below this video, there's going to be a counter, and I want you to choose whatever time works best for you so that we can speak together. Now, on this call, I'll ask you a series of questions that will determine the level of alignment between your conscious and your subconscious mind. And I'll give you a score ranging from 0 to 100. Those who have a score above 70, well, they don't deal with things like procrastination or lack of motivation because their two minds are in alignment to the point where taking action, it's effortless. And it's easy. However, if you're below 70, well then what happens is your motivation, your productivity, and your revenue, they're all going up and down like a roller coaster. You know, when things are going bad in your business, you force yourself to be productive, but then when things go good, that motivation fades away. And that's what happens below 70. And if you're below 30, well, this means it's almost impossible to get your two minds in alignment again. The chances of you doing this are profoundly decreasing with every passing day. And the thing is, learning how to get above 70 can literally save you over hundreds of thousands of dollars in missed opportunity cost. So if you want to figure out what your subconscious alignment score is, go ahead and book your call below right now. Now, if you're below 70 or below 30, and trust me, you don't want to be below 30, but if you are in these two categories, well, I'll reveal why I think that is, and we can talk about how I can help you overcome that, how I've helped students like Tom overcome that in 7 days. Now look, I know that spending 30 minutes to learn about mindset, it isn't sexy, it doesn't sound appealing to you. But if you're on this page and you made it this far in the video, deep down, you know this is the problem. You know there's nothing wrong with those courses or whatever else you bought with those thousands of dollars. No, it's something internal. It's your subconscious mind. You know you're wasting money if you don't fix this. Look, you can have the shiniest paint job on a car, but if the engine's broken, you don't go anywhere. You're just wasting money on paint. And I don't want you to waste money anymore. I want your business to become a money-making machine. One that you can run effortlessly because you feel like it. Not because you want to or you need to, but because you feel like doing it and you're happy doing it. Now look, I know that you might be watching this video and thinking, oh, this makes sense, I should book my call. But you're not taking action. You have this voice telling you not to do it. But that's exactly your subconscious mind. So do you want to continue letting your subconscious mind and the lack of alignment keep you and your business stuck? Or do you want to take the first step in getting your subconscious and conscious aligned? The only step. And remember, if you don't align your subconscious, you're never going to get the change you want. It's literally impossible because we're tapping into how you're hardwired. So right now, book your free call, and look, in 30 minutes, we'll get you cleared up, get your subconscious and conscious aligned. You know the routine, calendar's below. I'll see you on the call.